Jason Chaffetz, and I'm proud to stand here as a candidate for the United States Congress, because we're going to go to Washington and get something done. If we're going to be the world's economic and military superpower, we're going to have to change the way we do things in Washington, D.C. If we want different results, we're going to have to elect different people. I believe the best hope for our future, for our families, is to return to those core conservative principles of fiscal discipline, limited government, accountability, and a strong national defense. We've abandoned those principles and we need to return to them. Republicans have the House, the Senate, the presidency, and quite frankly, we blew it. We did not do the heavy lifting on the issues that matter most. I'm not going back to just make friends and be a statesman. I'm going back to get things done. The budget was $1.5 trillion. Today it's $2.9 trillion. That's unacceptable, and we cannot sustain that. We have a $9.3 trillion debt. Last year alone, we paid $429 billion in interest on that debt. That cannot stand. We don't need another attorney in Washington, D.C. Send somebody from the business community back there. Until we have earmark reform. I looked at the Office of Management and Budget and said 28% of the 1,100 federal programs are unable to demonstrate a result. Guess what? We shouldn't fund them if they can't produce a result. We need to tackle entitlement reform. This country is sliding into socialism, and I worry about the attitude that we have in this country. We have to change that. I want to follow Mitt Romney's lead. What did he say? He said, cap non-defense discretionary spending at inflation minus 1%, and we'll save $300 billion on just that one move alone. That's what I want to do. Mr. Cannon voted in favor of No Child Left Behind. I want to repeal No Child Left Behind. There shouldn't be no I talked about national security, making sure we have the best intelligence, the best equipment, and the best people. We are not taking care of the men and women that are taking care of us. They're doing 90% of the heavy lifting in this country, and I want to take better care of them. Energy is a national security issue. We should have learned a long time ago that energy independence is vital for our future. We need to be able to extract the resources that are in our own backyard, that are in Alaska, that are off the continental shelf. We have to change the way we do business in Washington, D.C. I'm pro-nuclear. We have 104 nuclear power plants in this country. We need a lot more. France is 80% nuclear. We're less than 20%. We need to change the environmental regulations, and I want to fight for that. And by the way, John Hudson, as much as I like it, you're wrong on global warming. It's a fire. Immigration is one of the most pressing things in this country. We've failed to deal with it. It's gotten worse over the last 10, 11 years. At its very core, we have a policy and a law that are different. They should be one and the same. This idea and this notion that we perpetuate the status quo because it's good for business, because there are people out there that will do jobs Americans won't do, is immoral at its very core. Number one on this, I want to fix legal immigration. It does not work. We need the political will in Washington, D.C. to handle this, and I will do that. I reject amnesty. There should not be a pathway to citizenship. There's something that's here to do. Get rid of the rewards and incentives to be here illegally. Birthright citizenship, it has to go. We need the political will to enforce the current laws. What did Joe Arpaio do in Maricopa County? He put up tents, he put hard water out, and he said, guess what? If it's good enough for our troops, it's good enough for our prisoners. Now, this isn't some wild Jason Chaffetz plan. This is a concurrent resolution, a joint resolution between Republican and Democratic governors. Send a letter to the President of the United States Congress. We need detention facilities here. We need to give businesses the tools that they need. And finally, I would say I would insist on assimilation. English should be the official language of the United States. My time is short. I'm here to tell you I'm serious about policy. I don't offer you free popcorn, free root beer, free lemonade, balloons, videos. What you see is what you get. But I've tried to operate this campaign just the way I would operate in Washington, D.C. I said at the get-go I was going to do a budget. I spent $100,000 getting through this convention, between $70 and $80 per delegate. Outspent by Mr. Levitt 6-1, outspent by Mr. Cannon 9-1. You had more mail from me, just as many meetings, and a speech that was focused on issues. Mr. Cannon has always operated his campaign in debt. Mr. Levitt is $131,000 in debt on this campaign. I'm here to suggest to you how you operate your campaign is very indicative of how you're going to be in office. I am debt-free and I'm proud of it. We need that attitude. They're all good men in this race. They're all good men. We have a different vision, a different attitude, a different passion. I owe so much to this community. I came here with nothing. I'm a convert to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I'm a convert to the Republican Party. I can promise you this. I will do everything I can to fight for what's right for Utah, what's right for the United States of America, from my very soul. I'm so thankful for you and this opportunity. May God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America.